am Adanna Austin. I am your business coach and consultant, and I work with high-end entrepreneurs like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop those strategies to grow your business. So that's what I do. I provide you with the tools, the resources, the knowledge. I'm here to answer your questions and give you the guidance as you grow your business, right? So you don't make the mistakes that I have made, and so that you can grow faster and you have all the information that you need to grow your business. So I wanted to come on here to just talk about one particular thing that I have noticed with a lot of entrepreneurs, right? Do not assume that your audience or your ideal clients know everything. Do not assume that they know everything. And let me explain what I mean by that. A lot of times, most of us obviously are using social media as the way to promote our businesses, right? Some of us have websites, some of us are using email marketing and that kind of thing. My point is that it is your job as the entrepreneur, or it is your role, because job, I know you all don't like to use that word, right? But it's your role as the entrepreneur to educate your audience, right? Your audience might not know all the uses of your product, right? They may not know all the different ways to wear the skirt or wear the dress, or how to dress it up or how to dress it down. They might not know all the features of the electronics that you are selling to them. They may not know, like, if you're selling some sauce or food, like they may not know, like, they can add it to this, or they can add this thing to it, or they can use it on this kind of food. They do not know. A lot of times they don't know everything. They may know some information about your product or service or your offering. They may know some information, but they do not know everything. You are the one, because you're the expert, this is your business, you are the one who knows the majority of it, right? You might know everything either, but you know the majority of it. You know the different uses, the different ways, and all of those things. Your role as the entrepreneur, as you show up on social media, as you send those emails, as you do those videos, as you do those interviews, is to educate your audience on the different ways they can use your product, the different ways that the product can solve their problem. Because I really want us to move away from this type of promotion where we create a flyer in Canva, because we all know we do that, right? And post it up and just say, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, right? And every post sounds the exact same way, without considering, okay, what are like 10 different ways my audience can use this offering? What are 10 different ways their life will be improved or their life can change when they use this offering? Obviously, that comes with you having a really deep understanding of what their challenge is, because it starts there, right? That means you have to really understand what is keeping them up at night, what is causing them all of this stress, and then you have to figure, okay, so what are the 5 to 10 ways that buying what I am offering is going to help them? You don't have to go and list all 5 ways one time or all 10 ways one time, but each one of those ways is an opportunity for you to educate your audience, right? And that is how you're going to start to create multiple pieces of content while you're promoting your offering, your launch, your services, whatever it is that you have out there. Yeah. So you have to understand that your audience does not know everything, right? I have people who are in DBS who are following me on Instagram, on LinkedIn, or whatever, and they still jump into my DMs and ask me stuff, right? Because even though I share a lot of information, I share a lot of emails, blogs, do a lot of interviews, do a lot of these videos and that kind of thing, there are still people who may not know everything, right? And it is my role as an entrepreneur to make sure that I am educating my audience about all the different ways my programs or my offerings can change their lives or make their lives even better. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying, guys? So when you are because we're going into December now, right? So when you are ready to put out your Christmas offerings, or you're ready to start to talk about your January offerings, because you should already start to be hinting about what is coming in January by now, right? when you start to talk about these offerings and what else is coming, you want to make sure that when I'm showing up to my audience, whether it's in videos, in reels, in stories, in long form content, short form content, emails, all those marketing strategies that we know, you want to make sure that a big chunk of your content is about educating your audience. Don't assume they know, guys, because they don't. Trust and believe they don't know everything, and by you making that assumption, you are really blocking yourself, right? You're blocking your blessings, because you're not giving yourself the opportunity to build that relationship with your audience. Yeah, you want to make sure that you are providing them with as much information as possible, and don't make the mistake of feeling that, well, I have to give them all the information one time, in one post, in one email, in one video. You don't have to do that. You can break it up into parts, and in that way you always have content to share. You will have multiple pieces of content to share, right? As opposed to, because I get that a lot, okay, we're going to launch this thing, okay, what am I going to say? Right? You have to figure out, okay, what is the pain point and what are the 10 to 15 things that my offering can do. Write that down and then start to share it with your audience in an intentional way, and then lead them to the sale, right? So you want to tell them how it helps them and then lead them to the sale. Whether you're telling them to jump into my DMs, click on the link, send me a WhatsApp, whatever your call to action may be, right? Reply to this email, because it depends on where you're sharing it, right? So your call to actions may be different, right? And for those of you who don't know, your call to action is the instructions that you give to your audience once they have read or experienced some piece of content from you, right? It is what you tell them to do. Again, don't assume they would know to click. Don't assume they would know to jump into your DMs. Don't assume those things. Tell them exactly what you want them to do, so that you can get them in the type of funnel that you want, so that you can control how many messages and how you respond, as opposed to not saying anything, and then you have people in your WhatsApp, in your DM, in your email, all asking about the same thing. But if you tell them and direct them to a particular place, then you can capture their information in one particular place. So that's what your call to action is, right? So that's just for clarity, for those of you who may not know what I mean when I say your call to action. So guys, yeah, that's my message for you today. Don't assume that they know everything, right? That is, you're going to be leaving money on the table if you make that assumption, and if you are operating with that premise in how you're promoting your business and stuff, right?